I have
okay.
problem.
Oh, you started recording?
Yeah, I started already. I can start recording. There's no problem.
Okay. You want me to share? All right. Okay.
Let me try, actually.
You want to try? Okay.
No, I can't. For some reason, there's something wrong with my laptop account.
Should ask your IT. All right. I'm sharing. Okay. So this is today's? All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Actually, the data was wrong. Morning. Today is September 6th, actually, not September 2023. This is a data protection working group meeting. Today we don't have too much agenda items, but a couple of follow-up items left over from last time. The first one is with regarding to the CSI spec release timeline. I think it's 1.29, right? Alpha for the modified volume. And I think, Xin, you are holding this action item.
Right. So tentatively, end of the month, end of September, we want to cut the release. We talked about it in the 6 storage meeting last time.
Okay, that would be the cut date for 1.29, right?
No, 1.29, I think the cap deadline is early October, 5th or something. Yeah, right. So the cap deadline is, oh, actually, is that right? Sorry, what is this? Oh no, I didn't change. Okay, this is 1.29.
Yeah, it's 128.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so it's actually early. It's early October. I think it's maybe 5th or something. So we say that then we want to target CSS spec release to be end of September.
So we
that
go
means
CSI spec release first, and then we go the cap, right?
because we need to update the KK, right? We need to update the KK with this CSS spec.
Mhm.
CSS spec release. That's why this one needs to go before. So and then
Yeah.
we need to change in KK after this release. After CSS spec release, we need to do an update the dependency in Kubernetes.
Do we have? I'm not sure. Do we have sufficient time in between these two, or Prasad, Yuan, or Carl? Do you folks feel comfortable? There seems to be like only 5 days in between this.
What do you mean 5 days in between? I'm not understanding what you're saying.
You're saying that October
Oh,
5th,
the
right?
spec and the freeze.
Yeah.
No, they go in parallel, right? We're just saying CSS spec, you give some more time, but it's, of course, you review them in parallel. It's not like you have to cut the release first and then you start to review the cap. Of course, that's not the case, right? We review them together. It's just, sometimes the CSS spec can take a long time to be merged as well. That's why I'll give
Okay.
more time. Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Any questions or concerns around this? Mainly from Carl and Yuan.
Yuan and Bazaar here. Right. So that's the date. Basically, we need to get the cease and the ban. So yeah. So we basically
So we need to get the PR merged before this, right? 30th.
so this is a CSI, your CSI PR merge date.
Yeah, CSI.
Yeah.
So
CAP merge date is, I think it's October 5th.
yeah, I think you're right. Sharing with the timeline. I think both the CSI spec PR and the CAP PR, they are ready for review. We updated everything. So I think the only thing is like depending on what sort of feedback we got, hopefully
Did you
there are
get
no major
any
surprises there.
reviews after the latest update?
Last night I checked, no.
Okay.
No.
All right. So Ben's here.
Yeah. I know that I need to do that review. And I'm sorry I haven't made progress on it. It's been a little busy, but I should be able to make time for it soon.
Okay.
Okay, I can help scan through the cap today.
All right. Thank you. And I think did James review it at all? I
No.
forgot.
Yan, you mean?
No, James, the
James
CSS.
DeFelice.
Yeah, did he review? Because it probably need to get him to also look at it early, right?
Xin, could
Yeah,
you
we
help?
haven't engaged him on that one. in the past, like we've done multiple cycles of review, like with either me or Saad, and then pulled him in. But if you want to reach out to him,
Right. So Ivan and Prasad, I think he actually reviewed the earlier version. I think the Ivan's
He did,
PR
yeah.
a long time
He
ago. I
did.
believe he actually, yeah.
That
So
was last
maybe
year,
reach
so.
out to him just to get him started. You know, if he doesn't respond, then maybe then we can ask Ben to help.
Oh.
But maybe just ping him so that he at least
And
know
that is
something's coming.
that is to review the CSI spec, right?
CS spec, yeah, because
he's a CSI spec reviewer.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he needs to approve it as well, right? So
Yep. Okay, I can ping him afterwards.
Cool. Can I add action item to pin James to? Let me add.
Yeah. Yeah, assign it to me.
You want to take this, right?
Yep.
I don't see your.
Can you
No,
try?
no worries. No worries, it's fine.
Okay.
Make sense?
yeah.
Cool. Any other foreign items? No, I guess I think the cap in general is in good shape. Thanks for writing this up. Cool. Ben, you just mentioned you will try to squeeze some time out. I know you're busy.
Yeah. For the CSI spec, like I've done a cursory review. I just need to like go over it with a fine tooth comb and like do all the nitpicks and written feedback.
Cool. So yeah, September 30th. So can we have some sorry, I don't want to put any deadline, but next week maybe?
For the review?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can get to it by next week for sure.
Okay.
I will raise one point, which I mean we sort of mentioned this a few times before. There's two different gRPC APIs. There's the CSI level gRPC API, and then there's the gRPC API between the sidecar and the actual. Hold on, I have timers going on. Oh gosh, I'm trying to cook my lunch in the middle of a meeting. There's a gRPC between the sidecar and the backup software, and I think we need to take a pretty hard line that they need to be separate gRPCs and not bleed into each other. And I think the biggest challenge that creates is we have to host then the gRPC for the front end API somewhere. And my recommendation is going to be, let's just put it in this repo with the sidecar, similar to how the snapshot Kubernetes APIs are just in the external snapshotter repo. I mean, it's kind of awkward, but it's easier than having a completely separate repo. And I do think we have to keep those APIs, the definitions of them independent, so that we don't have temptation to bleed things through from one side or the other.
Yeah, Ben. I think like I think like that is one area that I sort of expect like other reviewers would also point out. I guess like I just wonder like so yeah, if when we do go down that route, right, and we keep them separate, is it still possible to keep the spec in one place? Are you thinking like completely different, like two
No,
separate specs?
I'm saying like we need two specs. Like it's okay if they're
Mhm.
largely identical in definition, but like I think we need two copies so that because we'll never find little things where they need to diverge, and it's just easier when you have two different specs to do those, to make those changes. I don't think we should try to like reuse the actual spec definition in two places, because I see too many issues with that.
Yeah, and so okay, got it. So we're not talking about just the code themselves, right? Not just two set of code, but also two set of spec. But no, I see where you're going
I
with
mean, well,
this, right?
it's the protobuf definitions, right? And
Yeah.
the front end protobuf definitions can be really lightweight, right? Because you don't need the rest of the CSI spec. You really just need a few gRPCs, and the messages can look largely the same. So it'll be a very small gRPC, but it should be like a separate gRPC with its own number and everything.
Yep. Can you?
And
if you don't mind, maybe just include that as a comment in your.
Yeah.
review, and then we can
I
do that.
intend to. I just wanted to sort of raise that up here that I really having thought about it for a while, I see too many mines in that field. We're just gonna go around it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna create us going down like like into the future. Like there will be a temptation to say, oh, we only need this field for this side of the call, but we can just like mash everything into one spec, and then we come back and we say, oh, which which component uses which property again.
I think if we just start with the front end gRPC and the back end gRPC and evolve them side by side, we'll be happier with the result.
But do you think both will be hosted in the same CSS spec repo, or do you have other?
No. The CSI spec will be in the CSI spec, but that front end gRPC should probably be in the sidecar.
Oh, you're saying that.
That's my recommendation. I mean, it could be anywhere really, but the sidecar is probably the easiest place to put it initially.
Do we need a new sidecar repo? I mean,
probably not. We are actually in the progress of combining all the sidecars into one.
Okay, so where
right, but new sidecars will still be separate, right?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Well, actually, ideally, it would be good to have a separate one so that we can do whatever we want. Otherwise, otherwise it may be added to the snapshotter, which already has a lot of stuff. So, if that's the case, we probably need to actually create a feature branch, because otherwise it's just going to be very complicated. We can talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, if we decide to if we decide where our code is gonna go, I think it's not hard to keep the spec. Just create a copy of the spec and put it there. I think one of the things about like the benefits of creating a new repo, at least for now, is because this is completely new code, and the kind of tests and E2E tests or whatever is involved is still like very new to us. So we don't know.
And it's going to be alpha, right? So it's got to go through like an alpha and a beta and a GA. And like all the arguments that apply to the combining of the sidecars don't apply to brand new things.
Yeah, I agree. So
we still need to release it, right? That's the thing. We still need to release it. Everything, all the patches, all the problems that we're having with so many sidecar repos still applies. But yeah, but ideally I like it to be separate. That's
the challenge with keeping it in the feature branch, as we all know, like with long-lived branch now, like we have to maintain it right into like beta and eventually GA. And meanwhile, as we code, we also have to like
I think if it really gets into beta, I think at that time maybe that's the time to merge back. Right, beta normally, it's hard to go from alpha to beta. That should be like a big step. Yeah, so we can talk about that later. Yeah, I'm not sure because right now.
Okay. So Xing, let us know where is the right forum to discuss that. Because I know like Prasad has quite a bit of code that
we cannot. It's still a long way to go. We have to get the cap at least merged yet, right? Cap is not merged, we won't start. So if we have a new repo, we just ask for it. It will be very quick. They will create it. So, but we don't really have the cap merged yet, right?
Well, yeah. Okay, that's fair. Just because I don't know what is involved in.
Yeah, we won't. Yeah, we can't apply for that until the cap is merged.
Okay.
How long does it take to configure all the robots for a new repo?
I think initially it doesn't have anything, right? Initially they won't have CI. I think CI, those people need to spend time on that. It takes a long time for those to set up on a new repo. That's not like automatic, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm thinking of like Dependabot.
Yeah, those are also right. Those are also configured by people, right? We go there and
yeah. So
I think those are actually not that hard. The Dependabot, those type of thing, I don't think it's that hard. It's just there are examples we could just do those. But I think getting the release ready and everything. But maybe if this is part of Kubernetes CSI, maybe it's not too hard. So we have release tools. But I know that Cozy said they have a lot of troubles. They have not even released the formal image yet. They still have problems with that. It's
Okay.
been so
Well, if
long.
anything, if anything, I just don't want to wait till, you know, the last minute. If you well, yeah, maybe like just provide us with the guidance and guideline there. In
We
terms of
can't, yeah, we
timing.
cannot start that until the cap is merged. So that's the thing, right? You can't start work on, you know, adding the bot without a repo, and then we can't apply for that until cap is merged. So
Yeah, and the code has to live somewhere until then. So
Okay.
it's just a
right.
fun problem.
Sounds good.
All right. Last thing. There's a KubeCon coming in China, so I'm not sure any one of you will be going. But if you're going, let me know.
You all set?
Say it again.
Are you all set for the trip?
I booked my ticket. I anyway needs to go. So
Cool.
I
Cool.
don't know anybody here on this call, or at least from Caston, that's going right now.
You say no one? I
Yep.
remember long time ago, I think Tom went there a long time ago. I remember Shanghai KubeCon.
Oh, that was like 4 years back.
Maybe, yeah, it was long.
5 years back, 4 years back.
Yeah, not Shanghai for me. Probably like NA.
Yeah, North America, that's coming in November, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, cool. Then we'll call it a day and return 40 minutes back to your Canada.
Thanks,
All right.
Xiangqian.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Bye.